Blog Talk Radio.
I'ma let her ride. She could be my wife. She could be my wife. Double back and make it flip on him. Yeah, you know I let on hips on you. Yeah, you don't want no, I won't skip on you. Yeah, you the one, that's why I kiss on you. Hey, I know you the one, cause if I don't, then I be dumb. And your shit be wet and sticky, I ain't talking about no gum. She asked why I be rapping, tell the truth, girl, it's fun. I'm the type to get some money, spend that shit just like it's none. But tell me if you wanna ride. We can ride through the night, unless you tryna go inside, You know you a smack, I take a bite, She's gonna ride. I'ma let her ride. She could be my wife. She could be my wife. Double back and make it flip on her. Yeah, you know I let on hips on you. Yeah, you the one, no, I won't skip on you. Yeah, you the one, that's why I kiss on you. Hey, everything I say is so mental, not accidental. Think it's all inside my jeans like it's denim, I'm about to kill him. He gon' keep on doing drugs if he feel like it's gon' hit him. He gon' stay with all the thugs if he feel like they gon' get him. We was out that late night popping up, that's a walker. I remember late nights, whole block, they was all up. Every time they got some trouble, all them niggas, they gon' call us. They don't fuck with broke niggas, only fuck around with the ballers. Ride. I'ma let her ride. She could be my wife. She could be my wife. Double back and make it flip. Yeah, you know I let them hips on you. Yeah, you the one, no, I won't skip on you. Yeah, you the one, that's why I kiss on you. Yeah, you the one, that's why I kiss on you. I just wanna ride. She wanna ride. Yeah. I could be a right.
What's going on?
What is the hat? This is R. Marie
and Patricia M. Jewett.
And we are with On the Move Unscripted Ladies Roundtable Discussion.
Why you complaining that's a long name? That ain't that long.
I'm assuming we're not using this.
we are because we are unscripted.
Okay.
Make sure you tune in every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on blogtalkradio.com/Patricia Goins. It's unscripted, so we say whatever we want to say.
Yes, and we talk about anything. We talk about everything. So come tune in to us and come talk to us. What's on your mind?
We want to hear it.
What's up?
My phone. It's unscripted. Let me go. Okay, this is gonna be a crazy thing because my phone.
Wait, it sounds like it's an echo, unless it's just me.
No, it is. So, Kenny,
wait a minute, and it sounds far away. Okay, but I had to turn my phone up.
Hold on. I know what the problem is.
Yeah, but it is a very distinctive echo.
It's on here. Turn it down.
There we go. Did that help?
Say something.
Okay, see, now
Say
at first
something.
you weren't echoing. Now you're echoing to me. Because at first you weren't.
I was having a Howard Stern moment.
Now, Patricia, the echo remains.
Yeah, we still have it. Still there?
Yeah, it never, it did not go away.
Okay, so I know it's...
This is the first time I'm hearing the echo because I didn't hear it at first.
Okay. So y'all ladies introduce yourself
right back. It's echoey. It's very hard to understand it, and it's a lot of background. It's a lot of background noise.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I can hear you clear now.
All right. Okay. Can y'all hear us now?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's much.
So
it is better.
Devil, get behind me!
I know that's right. Right now.
Right. I'm gonna need the devil to get behind me. No, Satan, you will not mess up the reunion show. Sorry.
Reunion show. That's right.
So I miss y'all so much. Like I really did. We have not had a ladies powwow in a long time. And I was like, let's just get together and talk, you know? So let's start off with Kim. What you been up to?
What's going on, ladies? What's going on, sisters?
Hey.
Well, I'm still doing my sloppy kisses. I hope, those who have ordered have received. I'm hoping. I had to change up the image of it, so that'll be coming out real soon to a store near you, most high willing. I've been battling some things and some people that should have never had the audacity to stand up to me in the first place. But nonetheless, they have lost and are continuously losing because this is a matter of being right. You know what I'm saying? When you do what's right, then right things happen. When you act wicked, then you get what's coming to you. So it's just a matter of that. And I have recently gotten certified to be a human rights consultant. So I'm super, super duper excited about that. And I'm already, advocating. Now is legit, on paper, certified to do it, human rights consultant, either teaching it and or implementing it in workplaces. I kind of see myself being all over the place, not just in one company, but like going to different companies in different states to kind of help them reorganize some things so that there is equality where it need to be. like for real, for real. So I'm excited about that. I mean, it hasn't been a whole lot of drama or other activities, honestly, just, doing me, just staying positive and, still doing my my show, Melanated Monday. It has actually picked up quite a bit, so we don't see we don't see what's happening.
Okay.
But that's about it for me. Not a whole lot.
Well, I am happy. I'll be checking you out sometime. In fact, you and I actually did a live not too long ago. We was when I was at the get my hair done. We was talking about mental health. Remember?
Yes. That was the spark of the battle, one of the battles, and the foundation for why I went on ahead and got certified for human rights.
Oh, okay. You always been deep, Kim. Kim is the deep. Let me tell you something. Kim, whenever we had a show, I don't care what it was talking about, we knew Kim was coming and she was coming deep. It's still deep. But I'll be checking you out. Tell them when your show comes on.
It comes on Monday nights. I had switched it over to 7:00 because I was looking out for those people who are football heads. So right now it's still at 7:00 p.m. on YouTube, which is under Queen Goddess, the King Advocate, and Goddess is spelled God is, Godis. So you can be sure to subscribe and watch me on Monday night, or you can find me on my Facebook page, which is under this Kimberly McCants. Again, it's at 7:00. I will probably change it back to either 8 or 9, but we'll see how the audience receives the time change if they even, want to. But, Monday night, 7:00 Eastern Standard Time, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate on YouTube, Godis, and Kimberly McCants on Facebook.
Well, we're going
and that's right on time, Kim.
That's right on time.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was going to say it's right on time because, the Super Bowl was last Sunday. So all the football heads, diehard fans, you know what I'm saying, you went out your way, to make sure the time was comfortable for everyone. And now it's over. They got 8 weeks of loneliness before football start back.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to speak against anything that's coming against you right now, Kim, because I think it's been floating around. People have been going through stuff lately, but we're just going to speak against anything, because this is not that season. We're in the season of moving forward. So I'm praying over you and everything you got going on,
Amen.
And God opens doors. The doors God opens, can't no man close. So.
Look, let me tell you something real quick. I'm going to let you move on. That is part of my everyday affirmation. Let the Most High open doors that can no man shut or even walk through if they ain't supposed to be. My affirmations have been daily and strong. And when I tell you that I feel it, I've been doing my posts, every week or whatever of just like what's going on. I go to water and do a quick little informative or inspirational something, and things are really, really, really happening and elevating spiritually for me. So everything around me and about me and within me is changing, and it's definitely getting more and more powerful. So what you have said, I have been speaking every day. So I received that again.
That's what's up, Mama Sita. Well, I'm glad that you changed for the reunion show because we haven't had a powwow in a long time. So I'm looking at the next number I see, I believe, is DJ. Is that you, DJ?
That is me. I am here. Hey, it is good to hear everybody's voice, and I'm glad that we're all here. I think maybe less one. I'm not sure. I know. I don't know who all is on besides Kim and Anne Marie.
I think I see Dr. Storm on here.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Storm, you there?
There is, okay.
Well, I see her name. Okay. I believe that's her name. So she probably just stepped away. She probably heard the beginning of the show and like, what in the holy
No, I'm here. I'm here to listen and support. That's it. So I'm here.
Okay. Well, hello to everybody. Hello to everybody.
Hello.
So, wow. So so for me, just real brief, all is well. Of course, like everyone, there's been some challenges. Nothing that is not changeable. And so, those things happen. But again, I have women and other, just people in my life that help elevate me and reminding me of what's important. But with that being said, I've been working in a nonprofit. We are right now in this season with At the Table. We're doing 2 events. We're doing a walkathon in June, and then we're doing our fashion show gala in September.
Oh, I already know that's
created some very, strong partnerships and really putting the board together and focusing on doing grants and getting salaries so we can grow what we're doing, the work. And that's working with women in the community, so more of a community-based program that deals with everything that's going on that we're dealing with, and it's from mental health to substance abuse to sexual abuse, homelessness. God has been taking me in real places that I'm just seeing a lot of homelessness, seeing, and just not to digress, but just yesterday, just going to a location out west here in Columbus, I did not know that they had a homeless campus. And when I said campus, it's like a campus for homelessness. It's a community. And I was just looking at the families and the kids. And, I said, God, why am I in this? And, again, I was there, my granddaughter's mom. But nonetheless, I know when, as Kim mentioned, growth, you can feel the power of growth. And you know that there is something else, in despite of everything that's going on, there's still work to do, and God still wants us positive. He still wants us empowered. He still, wants us to know that, what, this is the time that you are going to be able to show off me. So with that being said, I also connected with an organization called with Ohio Women Against Domestic Violence, and that, man, powerful. We were on the news today to talk about the upcoming survivor luncheon. So God is just moving real quick. So with that, it's just, with those 2 organizations, it's been moving fast, but I'm excited. And, everything personally, I have my grandchildren and just enjoying my family.
That's what's up. Yep.
That's
beautiful.
So, and still in contact with Kim, but okay, all right.
That's beautiful. I'm sorry, DJ. I was listening to you. I remember when you did that other cancer benefit when it was online. Remember, and we was all doing it online, watching it and stuff. So I know it's gonna be nice. Congratulations to you and your organization.
Well, thank you.
At the table. And I also heard Marie on there.
Hey, everybody. Hey, sisters. Hey, Dr. A. Marie. 2023 has been different for me. I'm going through different challenges. I am normally a very healthy, athletic type of person, but I have been going through challenges with my left calf and just going through the motion of patience, So I've never been the type to give up, and nor will I ever, but I'm not used to being in consistent pain for like more than like a week or two. So this has been crazy for me. I was even set to go out for New Year's Eve. New Year's was my birthday, and the pain was insane. So dealing with that, working with a pain specialist, because I prefer exercise. Pain is exercise. So this is a new field for me. Besides physical health, overall, my mental health is great. I always start in my day with prayer and just write down things I'm grateful for. So just listening, over the past year, I started listening to a lot of positive motivational speakers of so many different kinds. It's truly changed my mindset, and I'm very proud of that. I'm leaning a lot more, because I've been working with mental health for over 20 years, but now the world is finally catching up to see that there is most definitely a problem. Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of leaning more in that area with my work. Most of my people have some type of mental health issue, along with another type of medical issue, but primarily. So just going from brain to brain, seeing how they think, it's remarkable. Just watching the disconnect and just seeing, and it's also wonderful to see that finally I'm beginning to see a lot of different programs helping people with mental health, because you never know what somebody's going through. You don't know what their mindset is. Like, I know that somebody, it was a mass shooting in Texas, and these mass shootings, this is ridiculous. But for police officers to just show up ready to shoot, you have to understand what the issue is, But so on my work life, and I don't work nearly as much as I did over the coming years. I just, I'm like, what? It's time to do you. So I am venturing down different avenues. It's fearful because it's unfamiliar. But I don't know. I was told that on the other side of fear is greatness, so we're going to see. Personally, my grandson that I was raising, he is a freshman at OSU. He is doing awesome. He loves it, which is a huge plus. And he's gained a lot of favor. And just to have the young man come back and like, Momo, thank you so much for everything, for not giving up, for not, the fact that I was able to make such a drastic change and impact on a young man who I feel like is just going to do great things. I often see him in the news. He's around in the communities. He's really finding himself and caring and trying to give back. And I just feel like that's what it's about. Reach one, teach one. So I'm kind of proud of that small little accolade. Most of that he, of course, had to do on his own. So I'm back to writing, and first my mind was all over the place. What can I write about? What should it be, fictional, non-fictional? But now I'm, and the devil's always working, because now something's going on my Google account. Today I went down and started trying to at least dedicate 1 hour, because I have a goal of the end date. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry, and it's fictional, but it's. A lot of these stories in here has been transpired by true events when I worked at the Brighton place. So it's going to be insightful, because you just have no idea what goes on in nursing homes. Before I worked at one, I just thought it's just some place you put old people where they, try to get better rehabilitation. But it's so much on the other spectrum. But besides that, that's about it. As you see, I do still talk a lot. I've been trying. I figure I'm over a half a century. If I haven't stopped by now, it's probably not going to happen.
It's been over a year, so I think that's why. It's been over a year. I don't think we've done this in over a year, or it hasn't been a year. Has it been a year?
Yes. I think it's been over a
year. Yeah, it's been over a year. It's been like a year and a half, I want to say.
So that's okay. I'm just glad that we're all able to get together and talk. I love that Dr. Storm called in and I see the phone line lighting up, so I'm going to hit Dr. Storm. Tell us what you've been up to, and then we're going to open up the phone line.
What's up, everybody? I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Patricia, for sending out the message. So I'm happy about that. What's going on with me? What's going on? I'm working on the brand.
You a sister too.
Yeah, I love y'all. Working on the brand. So my brand is Dr. Mocha 365. I know it's going to be hard for some people to let go of the other stuff, but that's my brand. So I'm coming full circle, and that's what that means. Everything. My life has been circular. You know, we come, we leave, we go, we move. So that Dr. Mocha 365 encompasses everything. Encompasses my talk show, that part, and encompasses my psychological business, Matters of the Mind 365, my hosting, my modeling. All of that stuff comes full circle. I'm less on the entertainment circuit, although I'm still involved. I can't get away from that. But I'm more on the working on the mental health expert side. So I'm on a lot of different panels where I go and I'm their keynote speaker, or I'm doing that corporate consulting about mental health and trauma in the communities, mental health as it relates to workplace violence, human trafficking, all that kind of stuff. So that's all good. Working on my book. I got an international modeling competition. Yes. So another 2 months, and I'll be ready to do a signing, travel about the planet. So I'm still traveling about the planet. End of the year, I'm hosting an international modeling competition, so I'm really, really excited about that down in Raleigh. We're looking to have about 1,000 models to participate from all across the world. Wow. And then we take the competition to Jamaica after that. So really, really excited. And then on the my personal and professional, you know, they stay together. They stay together. They are married. So being obedient to the spirit and making sure that I'm intentional about my self-care. So finding time to do what I need to do to mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally stay centered. So sometimes that means I have to say no to some people and some things, and they don't like it, and I'm okay with that because we're going to keep on moving. So that's pretty much it. That's me. That's what I'm doing. I'm glad to hear y'all's voices, like I said. I mean, let's go.
So I'm going to open up the phone line. We got a phone call. So, caller, you have 626 in your number.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Patricia. This is Sister Crystal from Los Angeles, California.
What's up, Miss Crystal? How you? So this Miss Crystal. Miss Crystal is someone that we have met since we've been gone. So y'all may not know her, but she is a wealth of information. She deals a lot with organizations of all around the world. And I know you got some stuff coming up. So tell us about that, you know, because we got a lot of business women and organizations and on the line, and you just never know how you can connect.
Well, you know, I want to say thank you for informing me and inviting me, because it's so important for us to come together and just listening to the conversations of the women. I want to say good evening to all of you ladies. Peace and blessings. You know, talking about the mental health, the different changes in the physical body, the pains and all this kind of stuff. Yes, we're all being challenged. And when we do pay attention or listen to what's happening in the world and what, you know, certain people will say, you know, it's just an all-out war against us, and it's just something that we really can look back to since the beginning of time. You know, the enemy has always been upset with God and his people. So, you know, but we always win because we are on a mission, and we cannot settle for anything less, and we cannot be, you know, running away afraid of anything or anybody. We have to sometimes retreat just to get our physical strength and spiritual self strengthened and balanced again. But we are definitely coming back, and with an even more fierce force because of who we are. And this is that time, and we really need, not only the prayers, but we need the praises, because we need to really exalt the Most High. We need to exalt our God and let it be known that, He is the power that everybody is using. Everything belongs to Him, but everybody is just not giving Him the glory. And so we just want to really take that time as often as we can and collective as we can to give that power and give that glory and give that word to the Lord to say, yes, we love you, we thank you, we appreciate you. And, but family is really my thing, helping keep our families together, helping keep our families supported, and helping our families to be financially, engaged in their life and not just going through poverty, because we've been facing a lot of poverty in a certain, amount of families, and it's devastating to some, because young people are not as strong as we are as the seasoned women. And it does hurt. The sister was saying how she just was in tears seeing the homeless camps, and, being in L.A., we've seen them quite a while, downtown L.A., they're all around, under the freeways, all around. And it is sad. And so the works that we do, is music, singing, playing the piano, trying to encourage people, lift them up, bring them some joy. And also, providing platforms for others to not only bring their artistry and creativity, but to bring their business, because it's important for us to provide platforms for people to prosper, because there's so many talented, gifted people, but they don't all know how to bring their talents to a place where they can, get monetization for what they have. And so that's been my goal, this $1 Million March for many years, to help families pool their resources, their gifts, and their talents, and create their business plan and create a product and collectively promote it and sell it, just push sales and promotions so, they can get more income than ever before by this process. So this year I really feel that it is time for it to really manifest. And, with my own particular challenges of all kinds, I thank the Lord because, He's given me a new husband at the end of last year, which has helped me to become stable and helped me to, really get these things together. And so it's like this mission is like, speed it up quick. We ain't got no time to be pity partying and trying to figure it out. We already know, just do it. And I thank the Lord because He does give us not only the wisdom and knowledge, but He'll just whisper something to us based on what we ask or what we're seeking, and I've been experiencing that even on today. And that's what the Spirit said. He'll bring back to our remembrance things that are already within us. So I'm delighted for this platform because we have a lot on our heart. We need to speak. But more than anything, we need to connect and bring our contacts to, the table so we can reach, like as she was saying, 1,000 models. I'm like, wow, we're trying to reach 1,000 women for this project to do the $1 Million March. 1,000 women, $1,000 is $1 million for music, art, sports, and education. So I'm like, wow, that's my goal within the next few months to reach, that particular number, and I believe that we shall do it. So, yeah.
So, how can they get? They wanted to get in touch with you. What is for the organization? Do you like a business number or email or website that you want to share?
I have a high page which is OurLadyCrystal.com, OurLadyCrystal.com. And there it has Facebook, Instagram, my email, and my phone number that you can just click at the top and reach me. And then it also has music and things that I've done, some videos and different things that I've been doing. And that way, you can reach me on all components. You can see the Facebook, Instagram. I don't do a lot social media-wise, but I do pray a lot, and I do just look forward to more prayer, praise, and worship really going on a worldwide basis, because we know that drives the enemy away, that drives the devil out when we are praying and praising and speaking the word. What does the Lord say? What does the word say? That brings the angels to attention, and they start working on our behalf. That really operates in the spirit realm when we speak the word that the Most High has already given us. And that's our battle. That's our battle tools. That's our weapons, I should say. In the battle is praising and worshiping. Right. And so I think more people, especially women, we should really use that and teach others to use it, because there's too much going on in our young people in the music industry and in the entertainment industry. It is so wicked, and it's, reverberating out throughout the world.
Yes,
it is. We got to change it. Like your music. I love your music. I love your music. I absolutely love your voice.
You know what?
Kind of music.
That reminds. Okay, so that's where I'm gonna jump in, Miss Crystal. First of all, let me say thank you. I appreciate you for listening to my music, and you like my music. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, so this last year has been a test for me, I feel. And I feel like the lesson I was supposed to learn in this season is how to stand still. Because when storms have come in my life, throughout different times in my life, that I felt was too heavy, I'll be looking for the exit. I'll be looking for how am I going to get out of this situation, where I'm going to go, where am I physically going to go, going to go, whatever. But in this season right here, over the last year, God has taught me the power of standing still, praying about doing what I can do, and then just stop, stand still, and just let God do his thing. If you don't know what to do, you probably shouldn't do nothing but stop and pray. So I've been learning that in this season. I'm like, y'all, the storms, I'm like, what in the holy matrimony is this going on? These storms all over the place. And it's so funny that all of y'all have talked about mental health. I remember, Kim, I sent you a message before I left. I said, what should we talk about? And you was like, I don't know, we're pretty. But it seems like the subject has been chosen for us, because every one of you has said something about mental health, every single one of you. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like I want to take a break, definitely, and play a song, and then I'm going to come back, and let's talk about mental health. You might as well. We wasn't going to do a heavy show, y'all, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to, that's why it's unscripted.
Go with it. You got to go with it.
You got to go with the flow. So for me, I'm excited because me and my son, One Way Day, have we've created another song together, and it's so fun to me to be able to make music with my son. And he actually want me to rock with him. He ain't looking at me like, listen here, old lady, he's like, come on, let's do this. And so we have another song out. It's called Skate, Rock, and Roll. And I'm so glad Kim is on the line, because Kim, you is the skater in the house. Kim is like the skater. Like, she don't play no games. She ain't like me, where I'm like, excuse me, hold on, let me just get on the floor. Hey, don't go too fast. That's me. Kim is not like that. Kim is a perler, because she can spin, drop, back skate. She don't play no games. So I really hope that you like this new song, Kim, because I know if you like it, then yes. So I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to play this song, and then let's come back and talk about mental health, which I think.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. All right, then. Peace and love. Okay, y'all, I'm excited because it drops on my birthday. Sunday is my birthday. Okay. Yes, I am a Pisces. Kim, too. Kim, yours is the 22nd?
27.
27. So Kim is a Pisces, too. Yes. So if I was in Atlanta for your birthday, our birthday, but you know how that.
Yep. DJ a Pisces, too.
Who? DJ. All this water and stuff going around. What's going on? DJ is a Pisces too. What day is your birthday?
Where'd she go? It's in March 9th, I think.
Oh, okay. March 9th. I'll catch you when she comes.
I'm right here. It's March 9th. March 9th.
Oh, Pisces.
March 9th.
How do we even get along? I was like,
Pisces. I'm
fun.
a Pisces. So Kim's is coming up, right? And Patricia, did I hear you say yours is Sunday?
Mine's Sunday. I just took the whole weekend off, y'all. I ain't got to go back to work till Tuesday. I ain't happy. Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to play Skate, Rock, and Roll, and then I will be back. And let's talk about mental health because we can't escape it. Somebody needs to hear. That's why the enemy wanted to stop it. He's trying to stop it from the gate. No, enemy. Because whatever's about to come out of this show, is going to be something that someone's going to need. I feel that. It's too much power on the line, and we're all talking about the same thing. So, yeah, somebody needs this. But we're going to take a quick break. This is Ladies Roundtable Discussion. This is a reunion show. We haven't had a show in about a year, and so we want to come back, see what's going on with everyone, and just kick it for a minute. But we'll be back. I want to move unscripted.
So we talk about whatever you want to talk about. So make sure you tune in 8 o'clock every Thursday, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. with your girls live on the move, unscripted, on purpose. And remember, whatever you do it on purpose, with purpose.
Okay, so this is On the Move Unscripted. That we're not actually on every Thursday anymore. I just like listening to the old promos. What's going on here? We back. I don't know. When I heard it through my phone, it sounds different than what it sounds like, but I love that song. We be in the car, me and my son, like, skate, rock.
Okay, that's the game, though. I can see that. I can hear that being played at Sparkles. I can hear it, and Cascades, as it was mentioned. I can hear it. You need to get a copy of that.
You like the Kim? Did you see a pro to it?
Absolutely. It needs to be there.
So the song that we just heard, that's your song, Patricia.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's called Skate Rock and Roll featuring One Way Zay.
I love it. I love it. I want it.
It's real chill.
Like, hey, but you know what? You always had nice music on your radio. It's always been really nice music.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, DJ. Thank you. Yeah, but it feels good to be able to make a song with my son, because my son, I feel like when I was pregnant with him, he was putting that desire back in me, because I didn't really move forward with singing until I got pregnant with One Way Zay, and it was just like when I moved to Atlanta, you know, it was like probably his spirit inside of me was like, let's go to Atlanta and get this creativity out, because that's really when it happened. So I appreciate that. And my song, I have a song called "This Times Like This." Mr. Stout, who is on the line. Are you on the line, Kenny?
Yes, I'm here.
He's on the line. Yeah, so that's his beat.
Peace, ladies.
Kenny made that beat.
That's what's going on. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, he made that.
Great.
I enjoyed the song because it's laid back. You know, you don't have to do no. I enjoyed the words, you know, and just knowing that it's you and your child that blended this, something because you love singing, he loves rapping, telling a story. So it was just like amazing to me. The only issue that I had, and it wasn't with the song itself, is just that I could hear you. I could hear your voice singing clearly. Some of the words that he was saying, the music was louder than what I could hear, or it just could be my phone. You know, it's not up
probably
to date.
Your phone.
You know,
it's probably your phone.
Okay.
Because it's clear. When you buy a copy, you'll be able to hear it played in your car. Yeah, it's probably your phone.
So that's what I'm gonna have to do. That's possible. My phone is not new. You know, I can hear him, but the music was louder than what I can hear. But again, that could also very well be my phone. But from what I heard, I absolutely loved it.
And I want
to say
thank you for your critique. I appreciate you. Upgrade your phone and listen to it again when it drops on February 19th.
I absolutely must. I must.
You funny. Upgrade your phone. You funny. I wanted to say your son is a great rapper. I enjoyed. There's a part in there where he was rapping, and I was like, well, who is that? Because the voice he was rapping in like a high pitch. And I almost thought that was you. Was you rapping on there too?
Man, get above my phone. I'm telling you, So anyway, the song drops on February the 19th, y'all. So for anyone that you like my music, and I've really been getting a lot of love for my music. Like one of my songs, Times Like This, which is also a beat by Mr. Stout, has been number one for the last 2 weeks on a popular indie site. On the I've been the number one R&B artist on the charts on the thing for 2 months. For 2 weeks straight, 2 months in a row. January and February. The other one was the song that you heard when we first came on, All Around the World. I've been getting a lot of love for it, so I'm happy. I'm happy.
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm happy. So, Mr. Styles, did you want to tell them what you've been up to?
There's a few things. I know we're working with, I think Lady Crystal was on the line as well. Doing some things with them out there, excuse me, with the NWN network. Doing some things with eChoice, with original apparel. Also, Aria the Boss brand out there in Jersey, and working on some new material also with myself with 717 Productions, with Patricia. Some new things like for the spring for 2023 is going to be definitely it's going to be hype. It's going to be definitely so dope. And I see everybody got all the products and things that you guys are doing. I'm listening in. It's like, yeah, it's going to be fresh. So anybody who want to get like things that want to be like, you're looking to do some things as far as advertising or getting your brand out there a little bit, like, we can definitely help you with that. So come get some. And I'm digging the show too.
And we have a next week. There's a lady coming on. Tell them about our guest for next week, Kenny.
For Sharifa Hardy, she is on. She's going to be in the run for doing a campaign for the 2024. She's going to be for Congress. Yeah, she's going to be a congresswoman. But she is one of the head for the Black Chamber of Commerce out there in Long Beach. And she does like a lot of different type of campaigns. But these two things that she's doing right now is really putting her in the public eye to get her in the Congress, for 2024. So we actually are working with her campaign. She can't start campaigning until 6 months prior to when it goes into 2024. But we're like doing the grassroots right now, and so you guys, check it out because you all got businesses, so we can reach out to her and see some things we can do as far as bringing your brand towards what give us some light. That's for everybody on the call. Whatever you guys are doing.
We talking about the West Coast.
What's her name again?
Her name is Sharifa Hardy.
Sharifa Hardy.
Yes.
Here, I want to write that down as well. This is DJ.
Okay.
And I
and shout out to Misty. She wasn't able to come, but we appreciate her too. She wasn't able to.
Oh yeah, I had asked about does anybody keep in contact with her. So you do, Patricia?
Yeah, I reached out to her, but she people's lives.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so what is your? So how do I find you? Can you repeat your information if you don't mind?
Oh, for Sharifa, for Sharifa Hardy?
Yes, for yourself.
Well, for myself, it's kennethstout@gmail.com. That's for my email, and my social media is under Scheme Beats Radio. Also, Kenneth Stout as well. Patricia, she can give me any information that you need from us as well. We're here together. Yeah, but then with Sharifa Harding, her name is Sharifa Harding. It's spelled SHAFIHA. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. Hold on.
Yeah, and I'm happy to what you were just promoting.
I'm sorry.
Huh? Oh no, referring to what you were promoting, like what you were. Yeah, so that's fine. What you were giving me.
Kenny, here's the thing, because I know you're from the East Coast. If for some reason people from New York, New Jersey, that whole area, y'all talk. I mean, you already got y'all got twang in your voice, but y'all talk very fast. So can you repeat it a little bit? Because and you got a flow. Every last, I have not met a New York or New Jersey person.
Yeah, I'm trying to flow. Yeah, no problem. What is it you need me to start all over again?
Yes, please.
No, it's funny.
Can you want some help, loved one? You want some help? I pulled up her
info.
I'm going to need help over here. Okay, the lady's name is Sharifa Hardy. It's spelled Srifah, and Hardy is Hardie. She's on Facebook as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
All righty, so
that was
we got to help our brother.
Thank you, sis.
You're welcome, love.
Thank you, Kenny. Don't hang up yet, Kenny. Hold on. You can't hang up yet, Kenny, because we got Dr. Mocha, we got Krista on the line, we got Kim, we got DJ, and we got R. Marie, and we want to talk about some mental health. And you're the only male, so we didn't have you captured now. So I'm curious. Like, let's talk about this mental health thing. Let me ask you a question. In the industry, Kenny, because you deal with a lot of artists, how much do you think mental health in the music industry and stuff really go hand in hand? Like, do you think that there are more artists that are suffering from mental health stuff that probably like they need counselors even in the indie movement, in the independent movement?
Like sort of like a training course when you're dealing with the industry and with like some sort of thing like that, what they do like in sports. Like you gotta like mentally be focused for this kind of thing or what's happening with this. If there's no training for that, I think that's what's making it something that what we see that's on TV or like on social media when it comes to for artists, we don't know who that person really is, but we kind of just picking apart that person to see what it is that's like what's wrong with them or something, or what humanizes them, because if they're like it has so many different variables with that, because you really have to know what's going on when you deal with mental health. It's got to be like more like, why are you doing this? What makes you want to do this? But you have to understand why, like with the whole thing, what it was all entails, like how the way it's going to take for you to deal with all of this mass media, or you're dealing with people coming at you on a social media. Like, so if they're having issues prior to that, so getting into that, it's only going to make it like like a tornado. So that's why we see these train wrecks all the time.
Mm-hmm. So, Dr. Boken, I know we're probably at our time. I just want to hit it before we actually end the show. So, Dr. Mocha, I'm going to come to you, and then Kim, and then R. Marie, and Sean. I just want to ask each one of you individually, what do you have to say about mental health, and what do you think needs to be put in place?
Well, I didn't hear the last part of your sentence, Patricia. What do you think?
What do you think needs to be put in place, like, to help people who are dealing with mental health? Because you got a lot of mental health. You got people who are dealing with post-traumatic stress disorders. You got bipolar, schizophrenia. You got depression, anxiety. You know what I'm saying? You got so much stuff. And I know, Kenny, we were talking about the industry, but even as a whole, what kind of programs do we need to start having? Or what are your thoughts about mental health in the African-American community? Let's go there.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the things that a lot of people who are bringing me onto their circuit to speak want to speak about, the mental health in the Black community. The first thing is access. Like, that is our biggest problem. As you've heard, just about everybody on the call has some kind of organization that they're involved in that deals with mental health to some extent. However, it's the access to those programs that's missing, whether it be access through getting the information out to the people in the right way. Because you can put out a flyer, you can put out a promo, but does the person have access to the internet? And if they have access, are they able to comprehend the message that you're sending to them in order to know what day, what time, what those services mean? So we have a whole comprehension problem as well. So we're missing the mark as a whole. We also have to do more about breaking down the stigma. You can have as many programs as you want to have out there, But if people have a negative view of mental health, they're not going to utilize the programs in the way that they were intended. So those are my big two, breaking down the stigma and making sure that you get the right access information out to the people that can use it.
Absolutely. That's it.
So
right there.
we're going to come to him. So what do you think about mental health and the male? Because I know that you are an advocate for men and you deal a lot with men and their needs. So what are your thoughts about mental health in men, and what do you think needs to be put in place for them?
Well, I'm agreeing with the doctor, first of all, and it needs to be known that because men do also suffer, they suffer a lot more in silence because there is a stigma placed on them. Society does not allow them to have a psychological issue or an emotional issue or a spiritual issue without deeming them crazy or violent or whatever, something that needs to be, set aside. More attention needs to be paid to this Black people, period. But a lot more attention needs to be addressed toward the Black man because he's not, generally speaking, going to speak on it. A lot of Black men don't even realize that they're having an issue because to them it's normal. That's what they've always dealt with it, so it seems normal. They don't include that emotional health is part of mental health. How you feel about things, how you respond to your situations or trauma or whatever, that's part of your mental health also. They're looking at if it's something that can't be diagnosed and I don't have a problem or, I don't have an issue. That's not the case. All of those things need to be addressed. So they definitely need to be looked at, pay a whole lot more attention, and men need to realize it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to realize that you need it. And it makes you more of a stronger individual to acknowledge that you need it and get it. So please do that.
That's what's up. So, Marie, I know you have been a health professional for many years, and a lot of times we talk about patients and stuff like that, but as far as a healthcare worker, a lot of people were affected by 2020, especially healthcare workers and stuff like that. So what are your thoughts about mental health and healthcare professionals, and what kind of things do you think need to be put in place for them?
Well, they definitely need to be able to have someone to talk to, whether it's a therapist or a life coach or something, because a lot of times when you're in the healthcare, you do get out of balance. Sometimes you become robotic. When the pandemic hit, it went crazy. There were so many of my colleagues that absolutely, I never heard of this disease. People are dropping like flies. I don't want to go to nobody's house. I mean, it was very fearful, and there was nowhere for us to go. For those who were fortunate, they were at least offered hazardous pay. And then you had a lot of people who did not take COVID serious, would further endanger, their health, my health, other healthcare workers' health. So it was difficult. It was very difficult to get through. And one other thing that I want to add is that, we are getting a lot of programs from men and women, but we have a lot of children, especially when the pandemic hit. Because a lot of your kids, their outlet was going to school. So when that was snatched and taken, so many children failed. And we still have not, everybody's displaced, and we still have not gotten back these kids back on course. There's so many issues with the schools, which I don't understand, because when they started gambling here, 30% of that was supposed to go towards the schools. And it dwindled from 30% to 5%. But when people don't go out and let the legislators know what you're doing is wrong, you're changing these rules. And it's, so a lot of people are getting left out. And then when you add people who are impoverished, lower class, middle class, they're really getting left out. You may get sent someplace and they have they'll give you 20 minutes, 30 minutes of their time. Sometimes, they'll listen to you. Sometimes they don't. I have a couple clients who have mental health issues, and when they try to talk to their case manager or, try to talk about, what's wrong with their medicine because they've already diagnosed with having that issue, they're not taken seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And it's frustrating. And I don't know how we're going to fix it. Sometimes I don't think the government really cared to fix it. Patch it here and there, but fix it, I don't really see it.
Mm-hmm.
I do see the mental health issue rising drastically.
Yep.
That's deep. So I want to ask Ms. Krista too, but I want to go to DJ next first. DJ, what are your thoughts about, because I know you deal with a lot of women who have overcome breast cancer, and some of them have had to, have their breast removed and different things of that nature. What are your thoughts about mental health dealing with the survivors of breast cancer, and what kind of things do you think need to be put in place for them?
Okay. Wow, that's a good question, because I was going to go off something else, but just specifically to the organization, and we serve women with all types of cancer, but most definitely have come in contact and know women of the breast cancer. So when you talk about mental health, man, you talk about first the different stages that they go through when they hear the news, from having to process it and then deciding on what treatment and, just the whole journey. So with that being said, mental health, man, emotional support is very important. And, having that emotional support from family, having that emotional support from friends and organizations such as ours, because that's one of the things that we provide, these women of survivors, and they're very, very powerful. All of them are just so powerful.
Right.
And and there's quotes out there, there's research, they need an emotional supportive person or support somewhere that they can go to be supportive through their journey, because it's not easy. They go through all types of different feelings and moods and their body. It's just life changing at that moment. So most definitely the emotional support. I know faith is so important because it's powerful. The Word of God, I don't want to go out, back into that, but I think maybe, I don't know a survivor that doesn't have a faith-based relationship. So when you talk about our women, and I think that's important as well, because that can be healing in itself. So if my, unless, was there a two-part to the question in terms of
like
what's important
do you think,
and what
kind of programs do you think would help them, or maybe need to be initiated for breast cancer or for cancer survivors as a whole?
Survivors.
That maybe is not
one of the things that we just formally launched is a women's support group. So that women's support group, once we talked about the gala. So that gala is that we celebrate women with a fashion show. There's certain things that happen up until that event, but we give them an experience of, we're celebrating their life. So that fashion show, there's times probably where they didn't have any hair. So now, they're celebrated, and I mean, they walk the walk too. So with that being said, it's like, what happens after that show? What happens after they participate in that event? So we have a women's support group that supplies that emotional support, and then education as well. And then that's through partnerships with other agencies like Ohio State University, that they provide those services. So they partner with us, and we provide the networking, we provide the event, we provide the emotional support. And then they have educators that can give them, education and caregiver support as well. Because caregivers, man, caregivers are important journey, or they're critical to them, to women survivors. So a lot of people, I don't know if anybody has ever had a opportunity to care for someone, but it certainly is life changing, and it takes a special kind of person. So we provide support from them too through our partners. So, yes, programs, initiative, emotional support, family, friends, support groups, and your faith.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I want to go back to Miss Crystal, because I know in the beginning you were talking about the needs of the African American community, just like Dr. Mocha. So what are your thoughts about mental health, and what can we do to overcome some of our mental health challenges, or do you think, Crystal?
Well, I'm going to take it back. I'm 62, and I was pretty much born and raised in the Church of God in Christ, apostolic faith. And they dealt with demons, and they delivered through prayer, praising, worshiping, and casting out devils. And so when we really realize what we're dealing with, all of these demons that were cast out of heaven when Lucifer was cast out, I think a third of the angels were cast out with him. Those are demons, and they're here coming up with diseases, all kind of mental issues, what they call the bipolar, sickness, disease. All that is demonic. It is of the devil. So when we recognize that, then we know that we're wrestling not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness in high places. It's their job to destroy us. It's our job to pray and cancel out every foul and demonic spirit. Rebuke. The Spirit of the Lord is giving us the power and the authority and the keys to do everything we need to do. But then drowning us out, the preachers and different ones have been drowning out the Spirit and the Word of the Most High God. They've been watering it down, and they have been putting people under spells. There are witches, demons, and warlocks working 24/7. And so we have to recognize this is not all just cute and having fun. It's war. It's been war. And when we're not taught how to war, we just go along with the party thinking it's a party, but they out after our soul. They out after our life. You know, all these drugs and all this sex trafficking, all this stuff. This is the work of the enemy, and it's nothing new. But it's not known worldwide. It's not talked about, but it's coming out. So certain people know about it, and people are praying against it. But we need more prayer warriors. So that's really what it is. It's demonic oppression. It's demonic oppression. It's depression, oppression, suppression, and keeping us in what they call poverty is a main way of keeping us crazy and all out of our head. Because when you ain't got no money, it's hard for you to defend yourself in court, defend yourself in the medical field, any kind of way. You don't have no money, it's hard. It's hard for you to even eat. And that's why you got so many homeless people out here crazy, because they gave up. So it's a job for us to do. I mean, we used to have prayer meetings all night long, shut-ins. And in Africa, they pray a lot. You know, they go in at 9 p.m. to pray all through the night, because that's when the demons is really working. So we got to do some spiritual warfare studies and ask the Lord to equip us spiritually so we can not only fight, but destroy and annihilate these things that's trying to destroy and annihilate us. Praise the Lord.
I stand in agreement with that. Yes, indeed.
So I know I work with a lot of I work with in an arena of addictions, right? So in 2020, we know that a lot of marijuana became legal in a lot of states. You know, I think that it was probably, I don't know, the government's way to have everybody chill out when so much was going on. But one thing that's on the rise is opioids and fentanyl. And I found that the opioids, fentanyl, and all those different drugs and mental health hold hand in hand, because I noticed that most of the ones who are addicted to it have been diagnosed with, you know, different things or whatever. The one thing I think personally is when you do have those people who decide, I want to get help, you know, I want to get off of this fentanyl or meth, or you know, I want to stop taking these pills. I want to stop. I think that they should have more like support groups
that encourage them, because they come in and they feel defeated a lot of times. They feel like, I messed up and I'm on drugs and, I'm not worth. They come in defeated or feeling defeated. And so I think that we should come up with more programs, once they make that choice to go into a treatment program that helps to raise their spirits and raise their, letting them know, it's okay. So many people have vices and different things and issues that's going on that maybe they don't address. So you should, this is what I say to the patient, you should feel proud that you decided that you're going to work towards it. So pat yourself on the back right there. It don't matter how many times you fall or how many times, you've relapsed or how many times. Well, that doesn't matter. What matters is that you got back up and you decided, let me try it again. And that's not just with trying to overcome addiction, but that's anything in life. And I think mental health rolls around in all areas. Anything can become that. You can get focused on something. Let's say an entrepreneur, for example. Let's say an entrepreneur that put his whole life savings, he put his everything, and he didn't went to the point where he started to feel like, if it's not going the way he wanted to go, he might start to feeling depressed. He might start to feeling anxious, worthless, all the I think that mental health is a big thing that needs to be tackled, especially after what we just came through. I mean, the pandemic wasn't no joke, and most of us have not experienced that before. And like you said, our children, our children were deeply affected by that. They couldn't play with their peers. All of us, we took for granted going outside and playing kickball and all the things that we did as kids growing up with our schoolmates and stuff like that. That's where a lot of us gained friendships. I know you and I, Marie, we met in high school. So they missed a very important part. So they dealing with the loss, because, if thousands and thousands of people passed away, there were children involved in that, so they had to see a loved one die and then still can't go outside and play, and can't even see their classmates and stuff. So, yeah, our children definitely have been affected. I mean, I think mental health is a big thing that we cannot, and we can't ignore. You can't ignore it. It comes, more men and women are killing each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All of that, if you stem down to it and you go into their health files, each one, they probably have some depression, childhood, something, trauma, past, post-traumatic stress. They got some mental health, something in the background to make them to the point where they want to take somebody's life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
Like, yes, this is a conversation that really could go on and on and on and on and on, because it's that deep. If you have someone that's dealing with mental health, you could try to get them to some type of care or whatever, or, if prayer is what you think is pray too. I think it's a whole bunch of things, prayer being the top one, and then everything else, different programs, a whole bunch, like a melting pot of things to help battle against mental health. I agree with you, Crystal. It is a spiritual war going on. We only see what we see with our natural eyes, but there's a whole spiritual world going on around. I believe there was something in the Bible where Jesus, when he first put his hand to the man's eyes and took it away, first he saw the tree walking like men. That was a spiritual thing. And then he put his hand back to his eyes, and then he saw just like everybody else. So there is if you don't think that there's a spiritual thing going on, I don't know what to say. Even in chemistry, they teach you that energy is never destroyed. It's only transformed. So you got energy around in ways that you can't see. And that goes even when a person passes away. When they die, what you think? Oh, they did. No, that spirit went somewhere. That's that spirit on the inside, because energy can't be destroyed. So that means that it has to change into a form. It's just a form that you can't see. And some of it's positive and some of it's not. So I agree with you about this spiritual warfare, and really have to stay prayed up about that. And I agree with Dr. Mocha too. Like, we need more programs and things, and let them know it's okay. Like Kim said, it's okay to say I got something going on. And then just like DJ said, more support groups when they can just come and not feel judged. And that's in every aspect. Even healthcare workers, Marie. We take care of people, but what about us? You know what I'm saying? You can't act like you don't know that they're humans too. That nurse is a human being. That doctor's a human being. That aide is a human being. What you think they got going on? They helping you, but what you think they going through? So
exactly, especially when they got to stay home.
Yeah. Miss Crystal, when you talk about, I think you said you're from Church of Christ. Is that Britnell in Columbus, Ohio?
No, she's in LA.
The church you're Oh, L.A. Okay, that's right. Okay, well, it's funny because you mentioned Britnell, and that's the church I grew up in, and it was the same Tarian prayer, coming in early, staying in the church all night. But yes, I will. I would be saying yes, it is a spiritual warfare because about 20 years ago, God told me there was going to come a time where it was going to be dangerous in the spiritual realm, and dangerous. I looked up the word dangerous, steal, kill, and destroy. So most definitely, and as we're going, and then just quickly quoting a quote out of, or restating a statement that T.D. Jakes said, that the enemies, their army is regimented. They come in numbers. They ain't confused. They are together, and they're like an army. And they don't sleep. So
we got a call.
When you said that,
so let me pull.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry. Yep. There's somebody who called, so let me pull in the caller. Hello, caller. You have 626 in your number.
Oh, that's me, baby.
Oh, okay. Oh, you fell off. We just talked to you. Okay.
Yeah, that was me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish what you were saying, DJ.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just saying, as you said, when she began to talk about these spiritual, these mental health issues, everything is spiritual, yes. Just like mental health is, I believe, schizophrenic. Mm-hmm. I came in contact with a young lady that was young, and all of a sudden she started going through these weird kind of in her mind, and you could see it change. Mm-hmm. And she had went to Africa with some guy, and came back, and just I don't know what happened. But then the Lord showed me. I said, "Do you know?" Well, I don't know that when we participate in intimacy, and you have all these different spirits of all these different individuals, schizophrenic, and I know the Spirit put that on my mind a while back because I wanted to study it. I wanted to study these serial killers because I'm thinking, man, there's a spirit attached to every last one of them, from sexual abuse, from some sort of abusive trauma in their childhood. Because a spirit ties to everything: lies, stealing, cheating, pornography. Yep. Just keep going. So that's my take. Yep.
Yep.
This has been
I tell you, it's not up to the. I was going to say, it's not up to the church anymore. It's up to us. We are the church. Our body is the temple where the Spirit of the Lord dwells. And the Lord has given us the power. So as He gives you those type things, you got to go to work. You got to go to work. And where there are 2 or 3 gathered together in His name, touching and agreeing, we'll have it, and He's in the midst. So we got to go to work. And He said, one could chase 1,000, 2 could put 10,000 to flight. This group right here could put millions to flight. That's just right. Be in agreement. What we're saying, what is Psalm 35 is a war scripture. Psalm 35, fight against those that fight against me. Plead my cause, O Lord. Take out shield and buckler. Stand up for my help. So we got to really take it serious now, because He said the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. We got to be violent, because He said we're fearfully and wonderfully made. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. People are afraid of us. They're afraid of our black men. They're afraid of our tough black sisters. But when we don't know who we are, and they can manipulate us and disarm us. But when you know who you are and you know you're around some enemies, you know you ain't fixing to take down to nothing and nobody, and they better back up. Girl, you better say it
right now. Woo, boy, look. So I feel like back in Britain where they used to play the music and used to shout like dance.
Girl, you better ask somebody. Yes, I'm trying my best to bring it back because I know that's what's needed. I know. I cry out in the spirit, Lord. Yes. I pray constantly. This ain't no joke. This is real. This is my life, and I'm on it because I know that's my gift. That's my calling. I'm a prayer warrior and I'm a music minister, and that's what I do, and I've done it for many years.
I may need your number. To call and say, listen,
ain't no May about it.
It would be
yes,
nice,
ma'am.
It would be nice to have some prayer, because see, that's what we used to do back in the day. Have prayer calls. Get on calls on Friday night. And God said, I hear it. Like when you were saying that, I just said, God said, this is a time for that. So we used to have the prayer calls back in the day. I ain't been on a prayer call since I don't know when.
I haven't either. No, I think it's been a while.
Well, it's the time.
Ooh, somebody that can pray.
That's where the enemy tries to fight.
I want to go back through, and I want everybody to kind of just tell us how we can. Once again, I know you said it probably when you talked in the beginning, but if we could go back through, starting with Kim, and just go down and just kind of tell them how they can contact you in a few words that you want to, leave on their spirit and their mind. This is our reunion show, yo. It's been over a year since the ladies got together and had a powwow, and so this is our powwow, and I know that someone who's going to listen to this now or later, and this is not, and the cool thing about On the Move Unscripted, doing this on Blog Talk Radio and on Spreaker and iHeart and all that kind of stuff, is that a lot of people go back and listen to the shows later on, and you just never know where people are in their life, and so the words that we're saying now and our different opinions and what we think and all that kind of stuff, somebody needs to hear that tonight. I promise you. Or they need to hear it tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. I got people downloading shows that we did 3 years ago. So I feel like there's nothing that's coincidental. Everybody who called in tonight, you were supposed to call in. The words of wisdom and what you felt and what you said are things that needed to be said, need to be heard from different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? And so I thank all of y'all for calling back in. I miss y'all. So yeah, I do. Like I used to, in all honesty, I'm gonna keep it 100. I used to look forward to the Thursday calls because, with me being busy with my life and everybody this, that, and the other, it was fun getting together with the girls, the ladies, and just talking about whatever we wanted to talk about. It was, and we always had something to talk about. So it was like, this is just a great thing. I'm so glad that everybody's able to.
This was a great show. Great.
Yeah, I'm so glad y'all was able to call in and just tell us what y'all up to over this last year, and then just remind them of why we was on the air for so long, because we always had something to talk about. So, so tell us again how they can reach you, how they can contact you, your show, and then also, whatever words you want to leave on their mind.
Okay. Again, you can go to my YouTube channel on Monday. Well, you go there at any time, but my YouTube channel is Queen Goddess the King Advocate, which is God is spelled Godis. God is the King Advocate. My show is Melanated Monday. Comes on every Monday night at 7 o'clock, at least for now. That will change. I'm also on Facebook under Kimberly McCants, McCants. I'm still doing counseling, so I'm still available for that. So if anybody wants to have that counseling done, I can be emailed. The easiest one to remember will probably be Queen Goddess the King Advocate at Gmail, and that one is spelled like the regular goddess. So Queen Goddess the King Advocate at Gmail. if you are interested in receiving any type of counseling. I do more relationship counseling, but spiritual counseling as well. As far as there being a word, let the word just be truth. Let the word be truth, and then let the next word be faith. Those two, they go together, they work hand in hand, and they apply to all things. You know, those are the two things that are unshakable. Those are two things that cannot be argued. Those are two things that cannot be debated. They will always remain the same, and those two things will always get you through whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you're facing. Always have work in truth, and always keep your faith in it, and you'll get through it even if you don't see a way out. There's always a way out.
Just for okay. So, Marie, I know your daughters have a lot of stuff going on or whatever. So, are there any websites that you want to talk about, or you or your children? And then what are the last words that you would like to put on the listeners' minds?
Unfortunately, I don't know. My kids was, listen, I do want to say I am in computer classes, so I decided to quit fighting against technology since I was becoming a Wilma Flintstone and it's only getting more articulate. So, yeah, I'm still crawling. I haven't walked yet, but I'm still crawling. But I do want to give a big shout-out to my daughter, Damika Robinson, House of Meeks. I think she's under House of Meeks on Facebook, probably Twitter. I'm not sure, but I think so. But my daughter just recently graduated from barber school, so now she has her cosmetology and barber license, and I wish her all the best blessings. I know that she had a couple interviews of where she wanted to start, so if you hear anything, I could be reached at Roberta M. Cox on Facebook. That's about as far as I go. And if there's one word that I would like to say, it's prayer. You know, for those who don't believe in the power of prayer, it just takes the size of a mustard seed, you know. So don't forget to pray. Don't be ashamed to pray. And don't be too proud to pray. Prayer works. Try it. It works.
Amen. Okay. All right. So, Dr. Mocha, how about you? Or what are your websites, whatever you would like to talk about? And also, what words or things would you like to leave on the listeners' minds?
Well, at this point, I'm at Dr. Mocha 365 on just about all the platforms except for Facebook. On Facebook, I'm at Dr. Mocha Marie. And what do I want to leave for people? Just to reach out. If you need help, or if you know someone that needs help or support, reach out. And the best way to find out what somebody needs, instead of assuming and imposing, is to ask them. Absolutely. Ask people what they need. Because what they needed yesterday might not be what they need today. So ask how you can support another person.
Mm-hmm. That was all that. Okay. DJ, please tell us, whatever links or websites that you want to leave or information, and then also the same. What words would you like to leave on the listeners' minds?
Sure. You can. Okay, I'm going to say my words first. Remember yourself. Self-care. Don't forget about yourself, and I mean self-care. Define the self-care. It's not just, I'm going to sit down and watch a movie. I mean really self-care. Whatever that is for you. But it should be something different than, your normal routine every day and your obligations. How you can reach me, I'm just on Facebook, Deshaun Johnson, DUSHON Johnson. My organization, At the Table, it's At the Table on Facebook. On IG, it's At the Table Rocks, which is Instagram. The website is ARINC.org, ATTRINC.org. Everything that we're doing, what we've done, especially the website, it's a very good platform to see exactly what we do as an organization and how you can get involved. I do have a business, Step by Step Enterprises, which is administrative support services, and that is Step by Step Enterprises. I'm sure if you type it in, it'll pop up. So remember, yourself, self-care. And I'm talking to myself, too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Love you, ladies.
Love you too, boo. Okay, Crystal. So same with you. Give us your, information on how we can reach out to you, how we can contact you, and what words would you like to leave on the listener's mind?
OurLadyCrystal.com. OurLadyCrystal.com. And I'm going to come out of Psalms 122, 6-8. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Peace be within thy walls and prosperity within thy palaces. For my brethren and companions' sake, I will now say, peace be within thee. God is our peace, so may the peace of God be within you and me. Amen.
Nice.
So I guess I'm going to say my words first, too, and then I'll leave with my website and stuff like that. So I want to say, boy, it's okay to pat yourself on the back, and acknowledge how far you've come. And don't spend so much time looking at yesterday, the aches of yesterday, the sadness of yesterday, the depression of yesterday. Don't spend a whole lot of time living in the past. Like, it's okay to close that door. At some point, it's okay to forgive. It's okay to forgive, even if forgiveness seems like, why should I forgive? Because it's going to help your spirit. That person may not even remember, or those people, that organization, or that job, or whatever, may not even know that they hurt you or they made you mad or whatever. Don't stay in that unforgiveness. Don't stay in the past, and don't worry so much about tomorrow. How am I going to do this? How am I going to get this? How am I going to, come up out of that, because that's where the anxiety. Depression lives when you're in the past, and anxiety comes when you're in the future. So enjoy your present. Enjoy the people that are around you, the people that love you, your children, take time to smell the flowers. Enjoy your today, because you can't do nothing about tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't even here yet, and you can't change nothing about yesterday, because yesterday is gone. So it's okay to congratulate yourself. And even if you fall or you feel like, things are falling apart, or things are not going as quick as I need them to go, or why am I here and they're over there, and they're so much past me, and all that kind of stuff. Like, stay in your lane, be in your race, because this is your life journey. You know what I'm saying? And you may not be where that person is, because you and that person don't have the same spiritual lessons to learn. Like I said, for me, I had to learn about standing still. That might not be somebody else's thing. They may have overcome that already, or they may not even gotten to that point in their life. But I'm proud of myself for what I've overcome and what I've learned in this season. So congratulate yourself, and don't worry about, because what is for you is going to be for you. You're going to get what is for you, if that's what God says you're supposed to have. And if you don't have it yet, it means that it's either it's not ready for you or you're not ready for it, because everything is going to show up on time, and it's not going to be a second late.
That's right.
I want to thank everybody for coming through. Definitely. Oh yeah. So I have music that's dropping. Don't listen to Armory. You go get the.
Hey, Patricia.
Don't listen to Armory. I don't care. She said she can't. It's probably the phone too. In all honesty,
Patricia.
because it sounds different from
Mm-hmm.
huh.
Patricia,
I enjoyed the song.
And Patricia, just thank you. I want to just send a shout out to you. Thank you for providing your platform for us to come back together. And I'm sure I speak for everybody. We appreciate that. So thank you, and may God just continue to just give you the desires of your heart. Continue that your family, you expand, you work together. I think that's beautiful. You can really see the authenticness when you guys perform together, and it's like, man, they really having fun. So, may God continue to grow that, and keep you healthy, as well as all my sisters on the phone.
You as well.
You can actually go to, if you want to hear some of my other music, you can go to my music page. It's www.n, like Nancy, n1m.com/Patricia M. Goings. Or you can go to my Instagram, which is at Patricia Marie Goings. Facebook, I'm Patricia M. Goings. If you're into music and you want to promote yourself, definitely join the Atlanta Music Industry Group on Facebook, Music with a Z, or go to the website, atlantamusicindustry.com. But I appreciate all of you that took out the time to come back so I can hear y'all beautiful voices. You know what I'm saying? Crystal is new to the clan, but I'm glad I was able to introduce Crystal to our Marie and Kim and Dr. Storm and DJ and everybody. And if Crystal says it's okay, definitely I would like to connect all of you together, outside of the platform, because like Crystal said, we need to start coming together, all of us, and seeing how we can
I've
network.
already sent you a message. I said I already sent her a Facebook message. It's already there.
Oh, Kim on it. Kim don't play no games.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a follow suit.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Dr. Storm, for always stopping in with all your wisdom and knowledge, and and bringing that MD, which you specialize. See how God is. You specialize in mental health and stuff like that. And here you are on the call, and that's what we was talking about. And me and Kim was talking about it earlier. It's like this is what we needed to talk about.
This was great.
What
show.
we needed to do was to be here to share energy. That's what we're doing, and that's what matters. Is to be here to support each other, just to share energy. Because remember, like somebody said, energy doesn't die, just changes form, but it does lose some of the intensity. So we need each other to charge each other up, and I feel charged. I'm grateful.
Right. Me too.
Great. That's so good. That's so awesome.
I want to say this real quick.
I'm sorry.
If I could say this real quick to Dr. A. Marie. When I first started having this calf pain, because I'm just not used to pain, and I just would get frustrated. And then, when I did follow you when you got in your accident and just your climb back and just, so you truly inspired me, and it helped me keep a positive, it helped me stay positive, because your situation was worse than mine. But I was able to look up to you, through Facebook, just how you just kept your energy high and your spirit flowing, because there were just days I needed it. And so I just want to say thank you.
Amen. Thank God. Thank God. Yes.
Can I say a quick thank you, Patricia?
I'm sorry.
Can I say a thank you really quickly, just real quick? Yeah. And this is on my mind. So, Marie, my birthday's coming up, and last year, not only did you come out to my birthday party, but Anne Marie bought a beautiful painting that she had for me, that she bought in her car for my birthday, and I was like really thrown back. And that painting is so inspiring to me, and I so appreciated that. That picture, I get so many compliments on that picture. So I just wanted to bring attention to that picture. Like I love that picture, and it's right when you come in.
Thank you. I just felt like it was so you know, because I've been to your home, and you're very colorful, and the way your colors just blend. So when I saw the painting, I'm like, oh my God, this is so DJ. You know, and then I knew you had a birthday coming up, so I said, I
so appreciate it. And guys, this is not no little painting. This painting is a pretty big size painting. So I just wanted to say thank you. I know I know I hugged you at the club, but I just wanted to really just say thank you and you know, give a shot. You know, well, yeah, because you know, since you're sending thank yous, but thank you for that painting.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome.
One thing I just want to
thank you to you.
I was only supposed to keep y'all on for an hour. I'm sorry, y'all, and I know it went over, but you know we don't get to do this often, and I don't know when we're gonna do it again. So I just had to get it all out tonight.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Wait a minute, real quick, Patricia. we haven't argued. What's up with that? What's up with that?
Wait a minute. At all.
This
like,
is
it was
time and this is
It's a good one, Emmy. That was a good one.
I don't know why we haven't. You know what? That's because we getting older, Kim. We another year older. But me, you, and DJ Marie. Our Marie just had a birthday. When's your birthday, Dr. Storm?
When's your birthday?
January 26th.
Oh, so she just had a birthday.
Hey, wow.
January 26th.
And Kim, yours is coming up.
It is February 27th.
Hey.
Yeah. I wish it was. Wow. I wish we were all in the same city, because then I would be like, "Come on out to go skate," because I'm going skating. I'm bringing in.
That would be so much fun.
Skating. I would tell you to come, Kim, because Kim knows she knows wood. But DJ, I know you're here. Marie, you are too as well. Dr. Mocha, I know you're not.
And I got skates. I got my own skates.
Come on out to Skate 71, Skate Zone 71 on Sunday if you're available, and let's have some fun.
On this Sunday?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
On this Sunday?
No, Saturday. I'm sorry. It's Saturday. It's this Saturday.
At what time?
It's from 11 to 1. Yeah, it's not my event, but I just want to go and have some fun. I want to do something different.
11 at night?
It's 11 to 1. It's a skate and sit.
Oh, okay. That's all.
If you can, I understand. I'm bringing it out there anyway because I know that you and I live in the same state. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I wish y'all much success, continued success.
Thank you.
In everything that y'all got going on and everything that y'all doing. You know, I love hearing the growth in everyone. And I know we've all had, you know, went through our challenges, but the fact that you all have figured out how to maneuver past those clouds and storms and all that kind of stuff, and you're still moving forward and doing your thing. Y'all strong women, y'all beautiful queens, and I just love y'all so much, and I miss talking to y'all, and I hope that we'll be able to do this again. I hope it don't be a year before we get to do this again, but I definitely hope to be able to do this again.
Yes, indeed. Love you too, sis.
We love you, Patricia.
Love you.
And y'all, don't judge me on how the show started. When y'all go back to listen and y'all hear all that confusion, craziness, just understand it's because the enemy was trying to shut this show down, but we don't die. We multiply.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, ladies.
Good night, loved one.
Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.